guys, so today I'm going to be doing my November wrap-up and my December TBR. So for this month I read about 3 books and I started quite a few. I think that was my issue this month, was that I started a bunch of different books and then I just couldn't decide which ones to actually finish. So I read one audiobook, one book on my Kindle, and then another book that was like a physical copy. So I kind of, went all across the board trying to figure out what I wanted to read and how I wanted to read it and what was kind of meshing with my emotional state this month, and it was kind of difficult. So the first book that I read this month was Jackaby by William Ritter, and it was so amazing. And this is kind of the book that is okay, I'm gonna have a really good reading month. I already know it. And it was I loved that book so much. The same person who read the Stalking Jack the Ripper and Hunting Prince Dracula books also read the Jackaby books, and so that was really nice to read. I actually do have the second book with me from the library. It's called Beastly Bones, and I don't know if I'm going to get to it this month. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. The second book that I read this month was Love, Hate, and Other Filters by Samira Ahmed, and that book was on my Kindle, so I don't have it to actually show you guys, but I absolutely loved it. I got it as an ARC from NetGalley, and I love that book so much. I think I gave it 4.5 stars out of 5. Yeah, I think that's what I gave it, and I absolutely loved it. Basically, it's about a girl, and she is Muslim Indian American, and just it's kind of the way that I describe it, it's kind of like a To All the Boys I Loved Before book, and then also The Hate U Give. So it's kind of the two mixed together. It's super fluffy and super adorable, and a lot of love and fun stuff like that. And then there's also some heavier topics about politics and the state of America right now for Muslims and for Indian people, and just for people like that in general. And it was such a good book. I absolutely loved it. I have all of my reviews for these books linked down below my Goodreads, so you can become my friend on Goodreads. And yeah. Also, if you hear any noise in the background, it's because we have someone working on the front yard. So yeah, he's actually right outside my window right now, and so whatever. I mean, I don't care. I'm filming a video. Who cares? The last book I read for this month was And I Darken by Kiersten White, and if you have followed me on Twitter or are friends with me on Goodreads, then you will know how much I freaking loved this book. Seriously, I am obsessed with this book. It is everything I could have ever wanted from a book. It has the strong female character, there's LGBTQ plus rep in it, and it just has everything. And I basically went into this knowing that it was a Vlad Dracul retelling of history. So it's a historical fiction. I see some people putting it into the fantasy genre, which it's not really fantasy. It's more just historical fiction. So just I kind of thought it was a fantasy, but it's actually not. So I just wanted to put that out there. Also, there is LGBTQ plus representation, which is awesome. There is a girl who is women loving women, and then there is Radu, who is one of the main characters, who's gay, and I just love this book so much. And I don't hear a lot of people talking about that rep in this book, so I just wanted to mention that you can expect that in this book, and it's so good. Everything about this book I'm just in love with. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite books ever. Alright, so that was all of the books that I read for the month of November. It was only 3 books, which is fine with me. I mean, I've already passed my Goodreads challenge, so really I'm not too worried about reading a lot of books. So, it was just a fun month of reading. Alright, so on to my December TBR, which is going to be kind of long because I get off of school next week, and I also have a 5-day weekend, which is kind of amazing. I'm just woo, 5-day weekend, that's pretty cool. So the first book on my TBR, well actually not the first, it's just the first one that I'm going to grab, is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab, and I'm about 45 pages into this book. This is a book that I think I picked up in October or September. I don't remember. It's one of those months, a few months ago, where I picked this book up and I just didn't get to it, and I didn't finish it. It's really good. I'm actually really liking it so far, which is kind of surprising because I don't really read a lot of adult books, but I'm actually really liking it. And so yeah, I've talked about this book before in my other videos, so I don't really want to go too far into it. And yeah, adult fantasy. The next book I'm grabbing off my little TBR pile is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell, and I've had this book for, gosh, like almost the entire year. And I love this cover. Like, look at how beautiful this cover is. I just want to cry. I read Fangirl, I think, was it last year? I think I read Fangirl last year, and so I actually really loved all of the Carry On parts that she would put into, like, at the beginning of the chapters, or like the ends of the chapters, or wherever, you know, whenever she would put in Carry On, I'd really enjoy it. And so I decided to pick this book up, and I think I'm going to really enjoy it, and I want to read it so bad. The next book is one that I have to read for class and that I probably should have read like a few weeks ago, but I just like started it right now. That's The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne. I'm actually going to start kind of like further in to the novel because I already went to the class where we talked about the first half of the novel, so I'm just going to start kind of like later on. I have all the notes for like the first half, and I've already read this book before for a class in high school, and so yeah, I'm just going to start it kind of like later into the book and just go from there. It's really short. It's like 200 pages. It's not that bad. The next book on my TBR is super important, and I want people to yell at me if I don't finish it by the end of the year. Like, I give everyone on this channel, everyone that follows me on Twitter or Instagram or wherever, to yell at me if I do not finish this book, because it's been forever and I haven't finished it yet, and I need to get it done. And that is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I love this book. I finished more than half of it. I'm like over 200 pages into it, and I love it, and I haven't finished it yet. And I'm so surprised at myself, and I just really need people to like force me to finish this book, because I know I'm gonna love it, but I think the reason that I haven't finished it yet is because I am just very nervous about finishing the book. Not because I think it's gonna be bad, but because I'm like, then it's over. Like, when it's over, it's really over, and it's just like, I don't want to finish it. But I desperately need to, because I have 2 copies of this book, and I really do want to do a giveaway for this book because I have 2 copies and I don't need 2 copies. And so I want to do a giveaway for it, but I don't want to do the giveaway until after I finish the book, so I can like fully recommend it instead of just being like, oh, this book is like really cool because I've only read 200 pages of it. So I need to finish it. Yell at me if I don't. And the last book on my TBR is Now I Rise by Kiersten White, which is the sequel to And I Darken. My dog is barking on my bed. Sorry. Tico, chill out. Chill out. Lay down. Lay down. And this is the sequel to And I Darken, and I'm so excited to actually like have this book in my possession, because oh my gosh, Tico's just gonna bark. So anyway, I'm super excited to actually finally get to read this book, and I'm like, I think about 100 pages into it, and I'm absolutely loving it. If you want to keep up with my progress while reading this book, you can go follow me on Goodreads, because I am updating like crazy. And so yeah, there you go. I'm really excited. I'm sure you're excited too. Tico! Alright, so that was my November wrap up and my December TBR. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and also click the little bell signal like on there, because also Tico wants you to do that too. He's barking at you to do that. So do that and you will get notified when I post a video. And like this video, you know, leave a comment down below just for whatever. Just saying whatever. And I will see you guys in my next video, which will be in like a day or so. And yeah, bye! This is a little menace that wouldn't stop barking in my video. Say you're sorry. He says, no, I just want belly rubs. Oh, give me the belly rubs. Oh, the belly. Say you're sorry. Say it. Give kisses. No? Oh, Tico. Tico. Say bye. Bye.